Back to school night. Yeah, I'm making this video for all parents that weren't able to actually make it. I am Mr. Salgado. Hello. Let's jump right into it. So I have this little tiny piece of paper I gave to all parents, and it gives you my email right here, rsalgado@cohsd.net, in case you need to reach me. They also give group codes of the different periods of Edmodo. That's just in case your son or daughter has not signed up yet. If they haven't signed up, they really need to sign up for Edmodo as soon as possible. These codes all expire by next Friday. So ask them if they've signed up, because it's critically important that they sign up for Edmodo. Let's jump to what you guys really care about, grades, right? So how is the grade composed of? Well, 35%, it's a weighted scoring, okay? So 35% of their grade is writing on tests, okay? 25% is writing on quizzes. And other is the very first time that the category other is worth 20%. Now, what do I mean by other? We're talking about notebooks, right? We're talking about homework assignments. We're talking about maybe video projects that students will do during second semester, not first. And anything else that is not a quiz or test. That goes in as other, and it's 20% of their grade, and it's worth a lot. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But what else? There's 12% of your grade is writing on the final exam at the end of the semester. So right before Christmas break, we'll be taking a semester final that's going to be worth 12%. And halfway there at the midterm, we'll be taking a midterm exam that's 8%. So as you can see, tests and quizzes are a very, very big deal. But yet 20% is writing on the notebook and the homework, so that's also a big deal. Anyhow, let's talk about that notebook that's worth a huge chunk of this 20%. So everything should be in their notebook, okay? I'm talking handouts, written notes, printed notes, class openers, return quizzes or tests, homework. I didn't put homework there, I should have put homework. Everything should be in their notebooks. Anything I give them, they should glue stick or tape it into their notebook or staple it in, as long as it's stuck in there. And I do prefer these composition books as opposed to 3-ring binders. So the notebook, if they do it correctly, it's going to start off, looking like that. As you can see, that's a regular composition book, pretty thin. But as time goes on, it's going to turn into a big, giant composition book because they have so many things glue stuck or taped in there. So every single handout I give them, every single homework assignment, every single quiz I give back to them that's graded, every single test I give back to them, everything should be in there. So again, let me repeat, everything should be in this ginormous notebook. It's probably not ginormous right now, it's probably a skinny one right now, but everything needs to be in there so it will get huge quickly. And at the beginning of the school year, I wanted them to be, I was very specific when it came to, I wanted homework on the right side, notes on the left, but students kept getting confused, so the heck with that. Let's just say that every single page needs a title, a date, and a day. So as long as when I open up the notebook and I could read the title, I know what I'm looking at, and I know when they did it, what day and the date. So as long as I have every single page has a title, date, and day, we are good with the organization of the notebook. Again, everything we do should be in that notebook. And it will be collected on a certain Friday, and I'll stay here all weekend grading all of them. Anyhow, let's talk about opportunities, all the opportunities that students get in this class. Well, we of course have homework assignments. I provide the answers to those homework assignments. That way they could check their work as they go. Not only that, I provide videos on that homework. I provide videos on the lessons. But the questions that I provide in class and in the homework are usually straight, just cut and paste, and they're on the quizzes and tests. So if they keep up with the homework and they're paying attention in class and doing the problems in class, they're going to remember those exact problems that they did when it comes to the quiz and test. Okay, another opportunity. Let's say you really mess up, or your son or daughter really messes up on a quiz. They got every single question wrong. I don't know, they even misspelled their name. all right? They're not going to get a 0% F. The lowest score on any quiz or test is a 45%. That's just so their grade doesn't get that damaged, right? So if for some reason they do score really, really bad, it'll go in as a 45. It won't absolutely kill the grade. I mean, it'll definitely hurt it. A 45 is still an F, and it's pretty low, but it's way better than a 20% or a 10%. So the lowest grade they could possibly get is a 45%. Now, let's say they're not satisfied with the 45%, which they should not be. What could they do? They could do corrections, right? And if they do corrections, they get a 5% boost. But more importantly, when they do corrections, they could retake and replace any score. Okay. So if somebody gets a C and they're not satisfied with the C, say they got a 70% C, they could do corrections and get a 5% boost that'll go up to a 75. But let's say they didn't want to C at all. Once they did those corrections, they could come in before or after school, as long as they make arrangements with me. They could retake it, and if they get an A, I'll replace the C with an A. That's right, I will change the grade as long as they correct it and they show me that they could do it correctly on a retake. I will replace their grade. Now, here's the biggest one. Edmodo has everything we do every day. Everything we do is recorded and uploaded onto my YouTube channel, which is then transferred to my Edmodo class. And you could see every single day, like if you're a student could technically be absent all semester and just be watching everything I post on my YouTube channel and on my Edmodo class, and they could ace the final, you know. So I'll take time in class to show you, but if you're at home watching this, parents, please ask your son or daughter about their Edmodo class. And if they have an app, you could get an app for Edmodo. If they do have the app, please make sure that on the app they click the More button and then click their name, and then after that hit Invite Parent. That way they could invite you, so you could get posts and you could get information whenever I post anything on Edmodo. Now, if it's on the internet, all you have to do is look at the left column of their homepage, and there's a button that says Invite Parent. They could click the Invite Parent, and next thing you know, you'll be signed up and you'll be getting notifications of whenever I post anything. Okay, guys, in a nutshell, that's about it for Parent Night.